The singles market is still hot. And on today's Hot 10 video, we'll go over the hottest selling cards in Magic this week. Has Dominaria United finally started to fall to the wayside and let other cards get on the list? Or does it continue to dominate and rip everything else apart? That's what we're here to find out. Stick around. Don't turn that dial. Yeah. What can I say? There's a lot of fascinating developments going on in the world of Magic right now. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman, that's right, the guy who never graduated Magic University, still eats his nachos and cheese hot or cold, likes a little bit of extra shredded bacon on the side, and wants to share them with you. That's right, that's what I want to do. That's how I feel right now. Hope you guys are having an awesome day wherever you are in the world of Magic, and this is the Hot 10. This is the hottest selling Magic cards out there. These are the ones that players are dying to buy each and every week, saying that's the one I want, and they go and buy it. It doesn't seem to be ending, and Dominaria is definitely in the forefront. It is still pushing hard, and the singles market are just going up in flames. People are loving Dominaria United. They're like, I gotta get more. I know. You're wondering when it's going to move on. You're wondering when it's over. When is something new going to crack into the Hot 10? Well, some cards have cracked in. There's a few cards sneaking in there, going through the cracks, kind of like Stranger Things, opening up the door to see what they can do. Guys, it's fascinating. I can't wait to share with you. Let's get to the Hot 10. Let's see what's going on in the world of Magic. And you guys let me know in the comments section if you're surprised by the #1 card this week. Our first card this week is the Haunty De Jinn, and that is from Dominaria United with 1,609 sales this week, the 1st to the 7th of October, with an average price of $1.70 US. It is €1.49 to get that card into your house. And of course, it's around $3 here in Canada. I've actually been playing with this card just because it keeps making the Hot 10 the last couple of weeks, and I want to see if it has some real legs to it. And so far, I have not been able to make this card properly connect inside of Arena in a standard format. It definitely has some abilities that are nice though. Lowering your casting cost is great, but a lot of cards can clear out your graveyard, making his effectiveness much lower than you would expect, as well as the fact that some people have a tendency to just blow the creature up and not let it live. Keep that in mind. There's a lot of ways around it, but you got to build into this deck, and you got to be committed, or this card is not going to work. Do not think this card is your saving grace. It's not going to get you where you think it's going to be. At least so far for me, it hasn't connected. Lion Sash thing is, he's evil. All right, let's go to our next card, which is #9, Shivan Reef Borderless Edition. 1,718 sales this week, with an average price of only $2.64 US. Here in Canada, it's around $4 Canadian. A foil is $6.80. I actually like that. You know, full art borderless. That's a good variation in price. It makes me think foils one day could be special again, but you know Wizards is going to just mess it up, so don't get your hopes up, guys. Then we've got €1.91 to get that card into your house. Again, look at the collapse in prices. The singles are selling well, but the prices are completely bottomed out on a lot of the cards. This is one of those cards that will never have high value, but that art that they've added to the card may have a little bit of legs to it later on as a special version people will prefer to have inside their deck. So this card may creep up to that $5 level at some point just based on the artwork alone. I'll be curious to see myself. Now, the #8 card, Sadistic Pilgrim Showcase Edition, 1,900 sales this week. Look at the price, guys. Again, look at that curve. Everything in Dominaria is just slamming to the ground. That's right, fist hitting hand on a Saturday morning with a coffee in my hand. That's what's happening. Okay, they're just bottoming out, but that's not a bad thing for the player base who just wants to play with the cards and have a good time. And a lot of people are still selling these cards even at the bottomed out prices. A lot of people did open Dominaria United, and it's something to keep your eye on. With a market price of 15 cents, this is not a pricey card, but it does have those uses inside of deck construction, which makes it see a lot of play. I don't know if this card will actually ever rebound, but I got to appreciate the artwork and what people are building in the format to play with it. It is pretty good. I've even seen it in a couple of Commander decks already. Now, when we're taking a look at the #7 card this week, that is the Leaf Crowned Visionary. This thing refuses to go away. Look at that averaging price. It is not bottoming out like the other cards. It's kind of holding steady around that $7, $8 Canadian level. The average price is $6 US. The market's $6.04, €7.39 to get this card to your house. This card If you get it, I would not sell it, okay? I'm going to explain why. This card is going to have far-reaching implications when people are building with Elf Tribal. Dominaria United so far, from Dominaria 2018, Dominaria United, we haven't seen any real reprints and stuff really. So chances are this card's not going to come back around right away. So I would hold on to it, see if it gets some legs later on. You can always build with Elf Tribal anyway, but having this card as a holding piece that can gain value is a very nice little addition to your collection of tradable cards that may be able to go to a store later on. I wouldn't trade it at the lower value. I would see what happens and see if it goes up in the intervening features. I mean, it's just not expensive, so you might as well hold on to it. Now, the number 6 card. This is the Ley Line of Binding. I've got to be honest, I'm not overly impressed with this card, but it's seeing a lot of play. The average price is $13.27. A foil is only 14 bucks. The market value is $12.94. $16 here in Canada. €12.53 to get this card to your house. Like, take a look. I don't care about the flash ability that much, but this spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type. I get it. You can flash this in for like next to nothing. And when it comes into play, you remove a target non-land permanent. I get the uses. People have been telling me, and I see it. But you need to connect things. You have to connect the dots to really make this thing work, okay? There's just, as far as I'm concerned, there's better cards you can use. So in Commander, maybe it's going to be a throw-in additional card for later on multiplayer Commander decks right now. I mean, in Standard, sure, I get it. People are playing with it. I just don't personally see the use that high at this value point. That's all. I mean, that's almost 2,000 sales, guys. So it is what it is. I can't change it. The price is still holding, and I don't think it should. So, yeah, I can be wrong. We'll get things wrong. All right. Talarian Terror. Dominaria United, 2,200 sales out of the blue. Okay? Less than 25 cents a card. I'm not going to mention it. You can see it on the screen right there. Now, this card, for those who didn't know, is like a 7 casting cost. But the spell costs 1 less for each sorcery or instant card in your graveyard. And it has Ward 2. I've tried this. I've used things like, you know, all the little tiny popper cards, everything from Fade and everything to get this card out there as fast as I can. And it keeps dying. It doesn't hold up, and I've never been able to really make it connect to say it's a good deck. So I'm not going to I mean, it's a worthless card. It's not a lot of money. And everyone I've faced against it, I've slaughtered their decks. So I don't know why it's selling so many copies all of a sudden. If somebody has some insight that I'm missing, let me know. But so far, unless it's being used in like Commander or something that I don't know, so far in Standard on Arena and stuff, I've never lost to this deck. I've tried it myself when I saw what people were trying to connect it with, and I didn't find it threatening at all. Even when they copied it over and over, that duplicate spell and stuff, the enchantment, nah, didn't do anything. All right, the Plaza of Heroes. Now, we know why this is here. 2,336 sales. This card has got legs, it's got beast, it's holding strong, and there's a reason for that. It's the multiple abilities, okay? A card like this that has 3 different things you can do is kind of crazy, and that's awesome. That is really good. It's going to have playability later, and the more legendary creatures we see, the more valuable cards like this become, the more tribal you can put things together, and that's what players like to see. They like to see that versatility in a card, and Plaza of Heroes is definitely doing it for them. So way to go, Plaza of Heroes. You deserve to be here. I know why people bought and invested in you and spent extra money buying extra copies. Yeah, you've gone down a little bit, but you're really holding around that, was it $11 Canadian mark, give or take? It's sold out in a lot of places, though. Good card. All right, number 3. Out of the blue, out of nowhere, Aether Revolt, Dantes, Aether Heart. Somebody's got to explain this to me. I don't know what happened, but the sales went through the roof, so somebody's got some explaining to do. I hope somebody puts this in the comments section. Send me an email. Educate the Moxman. Educate me, okay? 2,521 sales. Dantes Heart, 6 casting cost, mythic, okay, artifact. When Dantes Heart or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you get 2 power. Pay a whole bunch of power, exile Dantes Heart, take an extra turn. Are we assuming that we're using this with treasure tokens, or we're using it with like one of the ancient worm dragons? Is that what we're trying to do with a card like this? We're trying to maximize out a whole bunch of stuff, and it just goes to town? Because this thing is pretty beast, right? Like, this is a expensive card to get out. Not that hard to use if you're getting a whole bunch of duplication stuff. I'm just curious because you have to some kind of artifact trigger. So let me know if I'm on the right track, because that card went through the roof with sales. And I'm assuming it has something to do with either the dragon that makes treasure tokens or some other up-and-coming thing people are trying out. So let me know. Now, number 2 is Braids with 2,636 sales. I'm not surprised. People are still trying to connect the dots on this card, really make it work for them. I have a couple of decks playing Braids right now with Sarah Paragon I've talked to you guys about, where I'm just duplicating over the land destruction every single turn till eventually the opponent has to start stacking or taking mega damage. And when it connects well. When it misses horribly, but at least I get a 3/3 creature out of it, and that seems to be okay. This card's going to continue to be strong. It's going to find homes inside Commander, just like Shieldred will, which is funny because Shieldred's not on the list this week, by the way. Didn't make the cut. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, because the price has gone up too far. It's kind of out of people's reach. Now you've made it this far. We're at the #1 card this week. And I want you guys to know, I'm really surprised that this card is here. It really shouldn't be at this point, but for some reason, and I still don't really know what's going on, but here we go, guys. Your #1 card this week is the Relic of Legends, 5 weeks in a row. 2,873 sales, and the price is actually upticked a little tiny bit to around that $2 mark as the average, okay? It's around $3 and change here in Canada. When you look at this card, the market price is $1.82. A foil, $3.30. I like that foil variation, by the way. 90-cent euro overseas, 2,800 sales though. The card isn't dropping anymore. It's kind of just staying where it is. It's kind of ticking up 1 or 2 cents or down 1 or 2 cents. But I want to know why the sales continue to go through the roof. Even with the local retailers, this card is just not letting go. It makes me wonder if somebody knows something that I don't know. Because we're at around 20,000 copies in the last, 5 weeks? So somebody's got, something's going on. It's a 3 casting cost artifact. It taps for any color mana, but you can tap an untapped legendary creature to add 1 mana. I get the untapping a legendary guy, but what are we doing with it? Somebody's gonna have to explain that to me. Somebody out there knows something. I know you know something. Because this is your Hot 10. These were the hottest selling cards. Okay, they were the biggest selling cards I could find. Shoulder didn't make the list. Whole bunch of air lands got knocked off. The Defiler of Vigor didn't make the list. The Air Defilers, the Dream Defiler, none of them came close. But these are the ones making it. So what? Some of them were like really low-end cards. Shouldered, I get. The price went up too high. You know, people are going to wait for it to drift a little bit, see if it comes down. But so, like the Relic, it's just continually being there, guys. We got to knock that thing off. What's going on out there? You guys are allowing this thing to take #1? Are you helping prop it up? That's what I got to know. Guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here for the top 10. The hottest selling cards, your Hot 10 this week. Brought to you by MTG Moxman and the wonderful patrons of this channel. And if by chance you're buying any of these cards on TCG Player, please remember to use my affiliate link found in the description of each and every one of my videos. Click the little link that brings you to the TCG homepage. You can start shopping and it'll be logged under my name, and that helps the channel out. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, I'm down to 280 subs to get to 12,000 subs. Only 280 to go. So help me get there, guys. Hit that subscribe button and let's get this party rumbling. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Enjoy the day. I just want to give a special shout out to all these wonderful patrons on this channel who continue to show their support month after month, year after year. Patrons, thank you. Well, you guys made it to the end. You're that special 3% I've been hearing about. Been reading about in all the special Moxman newspapers. You know what I gotta do? Gotta share something with you. I want you guys to know something went in the box. So if you're a person lurking in the background and you're just listening to me on audio or something, now you know something went in the box. Now you have to watch to find out. Because that's what 3% people do. They are the cream of the crop. They rise to the top. That sounds like from a song. I swear that's from a song. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for being there. Get some chores done. Help out around the house. And if you're a kid watching your parents right now, and you're watching me because, you know, I am family friendly, as it were, help your parents out. Do a little extra homework. Learn to mow the lawn. Pick up your dirty laundry. Put it in the laundry hamper. Learn to do the laundry. I had to learn at 5 years old. Why didn't you? Come on, guys. Help your parents out. Help those guys out, man. They need it. We all need it. Mini Mox, where are you? Where is that kid? Guys, have a great day.